Hey guys, Lord Netzer here, and today I'm gonna be doing a new what if. And later in the year, well, during the later this week, I'll be doing a collab with Ayuter, and you guys will figure out who that is. But today, I'm doing a new what if, which is called What If Deku was isakiaed to Fairy Tale. And for My Hero Academia, I'm going to change a few things. First, Suku is still quirkless, but he has something different. I'm just going to say Fairy Tale and My Hero Academia are connected through Dimension 8. Both of them, there is one way for people to get into the Fairy Tale dimension, but yeah, the worlds are only going to allow Zuko to go through. First, they're going to suck Zuko in because, well, they know that Zuko's going to be abused and neglected in his world, but they didn't realize they've done something that the worlds don't realize that their parents just set him onto a path, forced him onto a path. And yeah, his hair looks exactly the same as in the original. And he has a sister. And his father isn't Hisashi. It's Toshinori Yagi. Or All Might, as most people in the My Hero Academia world would know him as. And he has a sibling, a younger sister, named Izumi. And yeah, Suku was a friend of Bakugo's until Bakugo got his quirk in the Yagi family, because that's what they're gonna go by. Found out that Suku's quirkless, but Izumi has a mix of her parents' quirks. So basically, she has telekinesis and superhuman strength. But there's definitely gonna be one key difference between Zuko and everyone else in the worlds. He has a humongous affinity for this darkness magic. And yeah. And when he was 6, he's still getting bullied and abused just for 2 years. He overhears All Might asking Izumi to take one for all. And yeah, she would have asked about Suku, but yeah, he pretty much would have completely, and let's say Toshinori completely forgot about his origins. And like, he's just a quirkless loser. That is my son. And yeah. Then Suku would run out of the house. And Suku was twice as smart, and he would just quickly grab clothes to make because he doesn't know if he's coming back or not. And yeah, the world's making sure he ain't. Unless he truly wants to. And yeah, and he runs into a forest, and a beam of light just shoots right on top of him. And he feels himself not in his world anymore, because the forest that he's in now looks completely different. And unlucky for Izuku, he's near a dark guild. In that dark guild, one of their mages uses their magic. And this guild just likes to torture people just for the heck of it. So they use like whips made from their magic to pull Zuku. And they knock him out in the process. And Zuku wakes up just chained up with chain magic. Because he used to say that there ain't magic that can make chains. It uses them to fight. So yeah. And Zuko sees himself chained up against a wall. And all the members of this dark guild start torturing Zuko. And yeah, Zuko, and they want to hear screams for him, but Zuko has a very powerful will. So, and he doesn't want, the moment he knows he's about to scream, he holds it back. Yeah, then 3 years later, he's 9, and he knows, and he's overheard them over time, and now he knows about magic. And yeah, it's like, it's worth a shot. And then, and a part of his darkness magic, anyone that's pure of heart can hear any screams can hear anything from him if he wishes it. And yeah, and he's overheard them talking about their guild, so he knows what master of a guild is. So he would want to find. So he would just, and I'm gonna say all the members of the guild are out doing a mission. So he would just, he would, and he overheard them teaching new members of the guild how to use magic. I don't even know how to use magic, but still wanted to join, so he would know how to do it. So he would concentrate as hard as possible and start screaming. And pretty much any pure soul in the world would start. Actually, we cut to the Fairy Tale Guild, and this is gonna be like a year or two before Natsu and Gray would join the guild. And pretty much everyone there that was pure of heart, which I'm gonna include Magrov here, will pretty much would do anything to do good things. And Fairy Tale would hear, please, anyone help me. And yeah, pretty much everyone in that guild would hear, please, anyone help me. And yeah, the most skilled wizards in that guild would sense where that voice is coming from. And it's a direct location of a dark guild. And they would all figure out, it's H. And with a lot of magic, and Zuru somehow was able to show an image of himself. Which, yeah, they see, in their minds, they see a 9-year-old child chained up with a lot of wounds and scars. And yeah, most of them would get angry when they see this image. And yeah. And Izuku would try his best to show the location of the guild. And yeah, they would see in Monokrov would be the one that could analyze it the best because, well, he's seeing that this guild's place before. Well, this place before. And yeah. Before I realized this is going through everyone's head. And it would have made a little. And yeah, Makarov went to the main hall of his guild and told everyone to get ready. And he would be like, and some of them, and yeah, most of them would be worried about the kid because, yeah, they saw the image of him, which was like the moment he started speaking to all of them unknowingly about towards a guild that will adore him pretty much. And yeah. And there's a special requirement for Zuko to be able to fully use his magic. He has to be loved by lots and lots of people for him to be able to fully start using his magic. This is literally the only thing he knows about his darkness magic. That he can do this. And yeah, the more he trains on this part of his magic, he can start doing it to pretty much anyone he starts speaking to them, to anyone he wants through their mind. And yeah. And yeah, all of them would have immediately gotten ready. And yeah, they would have asked Makarov where is the location, because yeah, Makarov has like a determined face on him. And Zuko, and yeah, to everyone except Makarov, Zuko showed a version of him like at the beginning of the third year he was being tortured. But Zuko showed Makarov what he looks like now, which he pretty much looks like this, but with scars on him, pretty much like this picture right here. So yeah. And Makarov would tell them the exact location. And literally the only one that wouldn't be going there is Luxus. So yeah. Because he's in his rebellious stage. And yeah, they would all go there and attack that guild. Not Dark Guild. And yeah, most of them would actually kill these guild members. In the moment, Zuko sensed a lot of magical users. Zuko would scream again. Like, Coach, and he would pretty much say exactly how to get to him. Take a right, and then a left, and then go down the stairs 3 times, and then around through a wall. And yeah. And Zuko would pretty much give them the exact description of the wall that they need to go through. And yeah, Zuko didn't really want, and Zuko unintentionally, and Zuko also showed it to the young ones there, and he didn't want to scare him that much, so he showed him showed a version of him 2 years ago. So yeah. And when all of them got there, Zuko was still chained up. and he wasn't. And yeah, Zuko was still bleeding a lot. But this, in the scars that you see on this picture is exactly what scars he has. And yeah, Minecraft would immediately increase his size and break all the chains and grab him. And yeah, Zuko would have woken up after feeling the chains finally off him. And yeah. And yeah, his darkness magic also allows him to read mind as well, since he can speak to people through their mind. And yeah, he would. Thank you, Mister. And he would fall unconscious. And he would struggle, yeah, and pretty much the whole guild, except the children, that we wanted to help, but that all the adults said don't, would have said no, and yeah, Margot would be holding Izuku the whole time. And yeah, they see his, like, pretty much as skinny as a human can get. Yeah, that's what Izuku looks like. Pretty much Izuku looks way too skinny. And yeah, this would anger Margraf even more. Oh yeah. And as soon as they reach the guild, the kids actually see this person's state. His hair completely white, and him still completely bloody. And some of the blood coming from his head. And a little bit of his hands have third-degree burns. Yeah, so he has 3-degree burns on his body. And yeah. I would have cleaned Zuko up and tried to patch him up as best as possible. And he actually survived. And the moment he woke up, he couldn't move his body at all. Because, yeah, he doesn't have any strength at all. And the one that was most worried about him, that was one of the kids, was, yeah, and the most worried child of all of them would be Liziana. And yeah, the moment he saw Liziana, he would just making sure he's okay. He would struggle to lift his arm. And yeah, let's say she's just having her eyes closed at the edge of the bed, laying her head down, and yet he would struggle to lift his arm, and he would slowly and carefully, while still struggling, pat her on the head. And yeah, Liziana was like, huh? And she would looked up and saw Zuko, like, keep, like, literally forcing himself to be awake still. And I had a little smile on his face. And like, Look, it's like someone's stayed in here with me. Like, and yeah, he was sad. I kind of thought no one would come for me. Yeah, then, well, his wounds open, and yeah, he would and yeah, it would be one on his shoulder, and yeah, he would just wince in pain, like, yeah, and since he's used to pain since he's been through pain for literally 3 years, he had enough pain thrown onto his body that it barely hurts him. He'll just wince in pain every time he gets hit or gets stabbed. But he will continue fighting if he needs to. And yeah. And Suga would still struggling to keep awake, like literally forcing himself to stay awake. He would use his darkness magic, and literally say through Marco's mind, I'm awake. And yeah, Margaret would actually go to check on the kid and see, yeah, he's literally forcing himself to stay awake. And yeah, Margaret would be telling him that he needs a rest. And yeah, he would be not in telling me I'm completely, not until I know I'm completely safe. And yeah, she could start trying to stand up from the bed, sit up from, and try to, he starts to sit up on the bed and start trying to stand up. And yeah, the moment he would fall down to his knees, and Lisiana would try to help him, he would just like, I got it, because yeah, because of how he was treated in the previous world he was in, and by the people he was around for 3 years, yeah, he doesn't trust anyone, not a single bit. Not even the people that saved him. He's grateful, but he doesn't trust them. So he starts to get up slowly. And then he uses the beds in the room that people are treated in, and slowly moves himself towards the door. And yeah, Margrove is actually concerned for the boy, so he's like, kid, you need to let your body rest. And yeah, and Zuku's not listening one bit. And yeah, Margrove gets one good look in Zuku's eyes. And he can immediately tell Zuku doesn't trust a single one of them. He's grateful, but he doesn't trust a single one of them. So yeah, he doesn't want to, but he moves out of Zuku's way. And yeah, Zuku literally turns to a wall, so using it to move out of the Guild Hall. And yeah, the moment he sees children here not being hurt, he starts to he starts to see that, yeah, these aren't like the people he's seen before. So you would stop for a second and grab a pillar that is close to him and move to a chair. Grab a chair and then quickly sit on it. And yeah, basically with his darkness magic, it's basically if this is in the original story. I don't know when it's power hard, so I'm just gonna make my own version of it. Basically, he does have his own set of darkness magic, but basically any other type of magic that someone tried to teach him, it's just gonna be covered by darkness, like ice, dark ice, fire, dark black flames, wind, the wind surrounded by darkness, water, black water, so on and so forth. And yeah, Margov sees that he's considering trusting them now. Yeah, everyone sees that, and yeah, everybody is actually looking out, worried for the kid. Yeah, Suku is just sitting there, just like, and he just says, "What are you looking at?" Yeah, still doesn't completely trust them. And yeah, and the moment he completely trusts them, he will tell them his full story. But for now, he will tell them only his first name. It's Zuku, but nothing else. And yeah, Markov would have sent like right next to him. It ask him how he got to that guild, and yeah, no, actually he would have asked what happened there, and yeah, Zuko would have just told him everything that happened while he was in that guild. Within that guild. And yeah, all the members of all the adults, including Margaret, would have been crazy pissed off. Because, yeah, they pretty much just tortured this kid. And, yeah, just gonna say this now. He literally locked his emotions away. And he needs a lot of luck to bring them back. And, yeah. And for 2 years before Natsu and Gray get there, they have been showing him tons and tons of love. And yeah, slowly but steadily, Suku's starting to trust them. And Suku's seeing that, well, pretty much everybody here acts like a big, like the opposite of how he knew his family was. And yeah, Suku, when he realized that, he would actually start crying a bit. But, a tear would go down his face, but he would immediately wipe it away. before anyone could see it. And yeah, and when they see his emotions for the first time, they're gonna keep it in their memories as long as possible. And yeah, so, yeah, and when Gray and Natsu get there, yeah, Suku is very powerful without any magic. Even without him being able to use his magic yet, he is very powerful. And yeah, the moment Natsu tries to fight him, Suku would just be, and yeah, Suku knows everything about the human body, so he would just be like, nope. And surprisingly to everyone, Suku will just, and yeah, the damage that the Dark Guild were doing to his body also damaged his muscles. So every time they regrew, they were stronger than ever, and that included his his muscles and his legs. So he was crazy fast, and they were charging him every single time anyone was at the guild. That was a member of the Dark Guild. So yeah, almost 24/7, he got tortured. And yeah, the moment Natsu tried to go at him, Zuko would just move slightly to himself, but to everyone else, it looked like it just moved real fast. And Zuko would just put one leg out a little bit, and it would trip Natsu. And before Natsu could completely hit the ground, Zuko would just do a neck chop to Natsu and knock out. So yeah. And I can't remember if Urza got there before or after Natsu and Gray, but I'm gonna say they did get there before Urza. So yeah. And yeah, and I'm gonna say a year later, Shugu is getting closer and closer to truly trusting them. Gray and Natsu, they're gonna have to earn that trust a lot. Yeah, any new members, Izuku is not gonna trust at all until he actually starts to get to know them. If they're like the members of that Dark Guild and are just here for money and stuff, in the hurt and the weak and the strong, yeah, he will not trust you whatsoever. And if you are to betray the guild, it would kill you on the spot. And 5 months before Urza would gone to the guild, at the guild, a book finally showed itself to Zuko. Yeah, while he was talking to Makarov, because yeah, that's the closest thing for Zuko to a real father. And then out of nowhere, Zuko started feeling pain out his chest, well, inside his chest. And Makarov actually seeing Zuko's as a part of his blood would be, and as a son, like he does with the rest of the guild, he would be crazy worried and see what's going on. And yeah. And Makarov would start to see something like some black a black, like just dark circle on Zuku's chest. It would, and it would start to, and a book would start to come out. And Makarov wanted to, not hurting Zuku. Zuku would have, and Makarov, no, and when Zuku immediately grabbed onto the book and started pulling it out. Yeah, it hurt Zuku a lot, but he did not care. He wanted this out. And the moment he pulled it out, he saw the name of it. And yeah, Makarov saw the name of it as well. And this magic was a legend. Because there was literally only other person other than Zuku that had it. But the name of them is unknown. And yeah, when Zuku opened it, Makarov couldn't read it at all. Pretty much only people that have a great affinity for a massive amount of a great affinity for darkness magic could only read it. And since no one other than him has a great affinity for darkness magic, he can only read it. So it's pretty much worthless to anyone else. So yeah. And Makarov did teach him how to write, read, all that stuff. Because he figured he might need it one day. And yeah, people in the guild, they teach him how to fight. And Zuku, wanting knowledge of what this is, would immediately start searching in the book that he literally grew out, just came from his chest. Start reading it. In the first page had a description of darkness magic. And yeah, Zuku was immediately amazed by what it could do. And yeah, for the first time ever, Makarov actually saw emotion in Zuku. And yeah, Makarov would be like, Zuku, what does it say? Can you read it? And yeah, Zuku would quickly nod and tell exactly what the first page says. And yeah, Makarov would be impressed that Zuku is now able to, is actually, and yeah, Makarov knows anyone that can read this type of book has great affinity for it. So Makarov would be amazed that Zuku can pretty much learn any other magic. Except the demon or dragon slayer magic. Or God. So yeah. And yeah. Makarov would immediately search. Oh yeah, and basically any magical spell, any spell that there is for light magic, Zuku pretty much has the exact same thing, but just darkness instead of light. So yeah, he's technically a countermeasure for Makarov, definitely. So Makarov tries to teach him light magic, and Makarov immediately realizes it's pretty much his exact spells, but just darkness. And yeah, and by the time Arza finally gets to the guild, Zuku's read the entire book and put it in a chest and pretty much locked it with a magical spell that only he can break. So no one's getting this spell book. And yeah, he ain't master of his spells, but he knows all the spells of his main spells from his darkness magic. And yeah, the moment Suku absorbs someone else's magic, because he can do that with his darkness. The moment he absorbs someone else's magic, that he is pretty close with, you will get all their knowledge on their type of magic. So yeah, if Natsu would do a fire dragon roar, Suku could have absorbed that, and he would just be able to do fire magic, not dragon slayer magic, just regular magic. It's fire. So yeah, and when ours got there, yeah, Zuko would just be at a pillar. We're actually just talking to other members, and at this point, he would be. Yeah, so he would be 12 at this point. And when he sees Urza, he just like... Yeah, the moment he sees Urza walk in, he immediately doesn't trust her because, yeah, he doesn't trust any new members. And, yeah, when Urza tries to greet Sugu would just walk away. And would just give her this look that says, no, pretty much would just look at her for a second and turn away and walk away. Turn around and walk away. And yeah, Urza would just say, what's his deal? And yeah, she's confused. And yeah, Makarov would just come up to Urza, but don't worry about him. Just don't worry. He's like that to new members. If you want him to trust you more, just let him get to know you better. Then he might start trusting you. And yeah, Urza would actually want to get to know Zuko more. And get him to trust her. So yeah, she would do that immediately. Start talking to him. And know it. And Zuko would get to know her better throughout the years. And yeah, Zuko would actually be a lot quicker to trust her for some reason. And yeah, all the members, including Makarov, will be confused because yeah, it took a lot more time for him to actually trust them. But to her, it was like Zuko. And yeah, Zuko could actually relate to her to a degree. So yeah, that also helped. And she did actually, since she did trust him enough, she did tell him about her past. And yeah, let's just say the moment she finished Zuko actually have a vein just popping on his head. And yeah. And also when he's using 110% of his when he's using 100% of his darkness magic, he looks like this. No, actually 110% of his darkness magic, he looks like this. Normally he'll just look like this, but with scars. And this type of clothing on. With a black top. So yeah. And Zugu, when Urza actually thought he was getting mad at her, Zugu would actually bear hug her. And yeah, she would be she would feel something wet on her shoulder. And Zuku's actually taller than Urza right now. And she would see tears falling down from his eyes. But, he would still have an angry face. And, yeah, Markov actually saw him tearing up for once. And, yeah, it hurt him. It hurt Markov greatly. And, yeah, Zuko immediately in his mind thought, this girl went through something I thought no one else would. Like, something close to mine, but a tad bit better. I don't want that to happen to anyone in this guild again. And yeah. And we skip a few years. And yeah, when Zuko's around, there was an order in the hall of the Fairy Tale Guild. And yeah, when Lysiana died, Zuko got so, and yeah, the moment he learned that Lysiana died, he was far more angry than Natsu. He would slam his hand against a pillar. And almost shatter the pillar. And make it fall. And just make it crumble. Almost make it crumble down. But it didn't completely break. And he's been on a few missions. And one of those missions, he absorbed one that had earth magic. So he used his dark earth magic and rebuild it. And actually, no, he didn't yet. He would be like, and yeah, he would have 3 veins on his head. And it's like, I need to take a walk. And yeah. Or that would have been like, Zuko, wait. And yeah, then, yeah. Zuko would have made darkened wings and just fly away. Because yeah, he couldn't make anything with his darkness. So he just flew off. With tears going from his just flowing from his eyes. and he would go to a mountain that he knew no one would ever go to. And yeah, Zuko also absorbed a fire dragon roar from it, Natsu, so he does have dark fire magic. So Zuko would just roar, just do a fire roar, a dark fire roar, to let off some steam and get himself cooled down. And he would just start destroying trees. And yeah, when then when Zuko got back, yeah, he was sweating, but he was calmed down to the point where he won't hit anyone immediately. Yeah. Springer getting told that Lazada died got so angry that he would have killed someone that was too close. And Urza was the closest, so he did not want to harm her in any way. So he just completely left the guild hall and went to a mountain to cool himself down. And yeah. And Zuko got back when it was at night. Got back at night. And he went into the hall and went to his room. And yeah, that definitely made him a lot colder. And hold on to his ties to this world a lot. Keep the ties to this world for him closer. And yeah, next day, everyone saw him colder to people that he wasn't close to, which was everyone that was outside, that wasn't a member of the guild. But children and people that were around the guild, he would be very kind to. And when he didn't even know, he would be crazy cool to them. But everyone else, especially but pretty much to all the members of the guild, including Murgroff, he would be crazy kind and try to. And with Urza, he would try to keep all of them close to his heart as much as possible. And keep them and try and keep them safe. And yeah, they would also see that he's pretty much forced. And yeah, Bargov can see he is literally forcing himself to take something on his own. And yeah, Margrove would try to get it for people to help him with this, but Suku would have quickly been like, yeah, Zuko would have immediately just like and yeah, looks as Zuko already is having a feeling that he will rebel against the guild. So he's waiting for that. And he's making sure he is, and Izuku's making sure he's as strong as possible with all of his magic abilities. Including one that Gray did an accident. He accidentally shot ice magic towards Izuku, and Izuku quickly absorbed all of the ice that was coming towards him. So now he can do ice magic. Yeah, so ice making magic he can do now. And since he has a great will and his imagination is great, he is pretty much perfect for it. And yeah, and we skip a few years, and we see Izuku just, and we don't see Izuku and we don't see Izuku with the guild at all. Because right now, he's on a mission. A high rank one. Because when everybody, the first time they went to do to see if they could become S rank wizards, yeah, you could just use brute strength, not magic. And he killed it. And he killed these that they needed to kill, quicker than anyone else. And yeah, Lux just wasn't having that, so he tried to beat Zuko up. But actually, no. Zuko just used earth magic, since he does have it. He would just put his foot to the ground. Earth magic, say it. And he would say, earth magic, sand, coffin. And the bees would get covered by sand, and then Zuko would say, earth magic, sand burial. And boom, killed. And yeah, wizards, yeah, we saw him as worthy as a S-rank wizard. And yeah, Zuko really didn't care about the ring, but Margaret told him to do it, so he did. So yeah. And yeah, Luxus was angry that he finished it faster than him, so he tried to fight him, but Zuko was going right behind him and caught a chop. Right to the neck. Well, neck chop to the right. And just did not neck chop to Luxus when they were heading to the world where they were at the guild. And yeah, everybody knows that they cannot beat Izuku, because his body is, even without his magic, he is powerful. Because he can just knock out Luxus, one of their strongest wizards, out with ease. And yeah, Zuko hasn't, and with Izuku, he is almost not there anymore. The one thing that still stays with him is that he wants to save everybody that he can. And Izuku also wants to enjoy the fights that he's in. That he will also try to fish him off if he can. And yeah, he hasn't had a fun match in a long time. So yeah. And right now he was on a S rank mission. And yeah. And then Natsu and the thing with Lucy would have it the same. And Zuko would be would be waiting for Natsu at the. We've gotten back to the guild way before Natsu, and when he heard the news of what happened to that city or village, Zuko would be like, that stupid brat. Because yeah, he sees Gray and Natsu as brats. And yeah, he did comfort. Yeah, he did comfort Elfman and his sister when their other sister died. So yeah. He did comfort though when Oziana did die after he came back. Yeah, so Mary Jane and the Elfman are still the same from the ground. So yeah. And when the moment we see Natsu coming into opening the guild hall doors, he gets punched in the face. Sent into a building. And yeah. And yeah, Zuko looks mad. And yeah, Natsu was like, hi. Like, hey, Zuko. And like, don't Zuko me. You destroyed another city. Another village. And now I have to fix it and that's all because of you. And yeah. And Zuko really doesn't like attention that much. But sadly, he still gets hit. At this point, he is like either 19 or 20. Which I'm going to say he's 20. And yeah. And when Zuko sees Lucy, he like, Luffy? No. Zuko was just like, hello. And who might you be? And yeah, she's going, Lucy. He's like, And yeah, Zuko would just say, Natsu, who is this person? And yeah, Natsu would get out of the part of the building that was just an indent for it, and be like, she like she said, she wants to be part of the fairy tale. And yeah, Zuko was just great, another one. Come on. And yeah, he would just use his, basically just grab Naruto with a black whip, a darkness whip, and hold Naruto to him and grab his collar and place him down. And he'll pop on the head and like, idiot. And yeah, Luffy, and yeah, Naruto with and yeah, Lucy would be definitely scared of Izuku. And yeah, and when Izuku got back inside, he saw them trying to be out of order. Izuku would just make the entire hall be completely dark. And yeah, and they would immediately stop trying to be out of order. Yeah, they knew when Izuku's in the hole, they should not even do that. And one of them did learn it the bad way. Because they get their arm broken. Yeah. That's how brittle Izuku can be. And yeah. Even Izuku just yell, "Mark her off, we have a new one." And yeah. Markov would just calm down, like, "Oh, new one. Alright." And yeah. Like, "So, who might you be?" And yeah. Oh, he would actually just say when he said an original about her joining the guild. And yeah. Zuko. Yeah. When Natsu says that she's a hold on. You know, basically a mage that can that has gate keys. Zuko will then ask, "What is your most powerful key?" And yeah, she would have said, Aquarius. Aquarius. I can't say the name correctly, so I'm just gonna say that. And Zuko was like, let's see. And yeah. Yeah, then Zuko will just walk away. And Zuko just go up to the upper level. And literally just waiting for Urasa to get back. Because yeah, that's his closest friend here. And that's where I'm gonna end it off for now. Anyway, if you guys like this, like, subscribe, and comment for more. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and there will be a description down below for free whoever wants to get into my Discord. But there's one rule. Yeah, you have to be a part of. You have to be one of my fans. See you guys next time. Peace.